Okay, hi everybody. I'm really delighted to welcome you all to this call, and really delighted to have Sabih, a student of ours, joining us on the line. Sabih, let's start here. We're in a global COVID-19 coronavirus crisis around the world. Countries are responding differently with different effects on people around the world. Tell me, what's it like for you as a student in Dublin right now? What's your everyday life like? Tell me what's going on.
First of all, thank you for having me here. Um, like the COVID situation got out of control everywhere, and everybody was panicking, and we shifted our studies online, and we didn't know what was gonna happen. But I think that the Irish government has dealt with the situation very quickly and efficiently, and pretty much the situation over here is under control and pretty much okay. So nowadays we are having our classes online. Every morning we get up and log in and reply to our emails for our attendance, and all the studies we are doing it online. So teachers usually send us the notes and the homework using the emails, and we have to really look at the notes. If we don't understand anything, we can go and Skype call with the teachers, and we really just submit the homework, and things are pretty good.
That's great. Thanks, Sabih. Thanks for sharing that. And I'm just going to share on my screen here some photos of life in Ireland right now. So you can see that the spring is here. It's springtime in Ireland, and the weather is on the whole really nice at the moment. But I wanted to show some of these photos because you can see that life is kind of normal at the moment, isn't it, Sabby? So we're advised to stay in our homes as much as possible, not to travel further than 2 kilometers from our homes, but we can leave our homes to exercise. And you can see in these photos that I'm sharing that people are in the parks. They are able to get out into the parks to exercise. And we're also allowed to leave our homes for essential shopping. So we can go to food shops, we can go to pharmacies and medical centers. And Sabby, I'd be interested to hear from you. Are you able to access food and, okay, what's that like for you? I'm sharing a few photos here of the food stores, that I visited in Dublin. There's lots of food on the shelves. The supply chains bringing, food into Ireland and into the shops are holding up pretty well for food and for medicine. But what's it like for you, Sabby?
Yeah, like for the past few weeks, the weather's very nice. It's like always sunny, and you want to go out and have a walk in the sun and absorb some, like soak some heat and sunlight. Like it's very pleasant, and I usually go out for a walk and in the park, and I usually see a lot of people are walking and like maintaining the social distance, and like if there are some restrictions, but you can obviously go out and like walk and yeah, maintain the distance of 2 meters between the people. As far as the grocery is concerned, the stores shelves are full, and there's no problem in getting anything. But like there are you like lines. We maintain the distance, and there are probably lines outside the shopping centers and the grocery stores. So the it's not difficult to get the stuff, but like we are just maintaining the social distance so that we can control the situation, and we're just adapting to the situation.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? And so, yeah, I was just sharing some photos on the screen. You can see markings on the paths in the parks in Ireland advising us to social distance. You can see, queuing when we go into shops. We need to queue far apart. Um, uh, yeah, and you can see, various impacts. Lots of the restaurants and and cafes that previously you could sit in and eat in, now only do takeaway, and you can order on Deliveroo, or you can order, there and take it away. Um, uh, deliveries are still happening. I don't know, Sabih, if you've had many online deliveries of anything, but the garbage trucks are still running, the postal service and delivery is still going. But of course there are impacts. So, pubs are closed, and any place where people gather together, obviously non-essential businesses are closed right now. Sabih, how are you finding socializing? I guess tell me a bit about your living situation. Are you living on your own? Are you chatting to friends online? Do you have housemates that you're able to see?
Yeah, actually, I was living with my family, so like my sister's here with me, and like we have kids in our house, so like my situation is pretty much good, and I'm in contact with my parents in back and home, and like we usually do WhatsApp calls, and like I'm okay, and I'm in contact with my university friends, and probably this is my last week of college. So we'll be having a last big Zoom meeting with all the our classmates to say a final goodbye. But
Mm.
probably after this situation gets like finished over, and we'll
Mm.
probably plan a meet out. But for now,
Mm.
we are doing a big Zoom meeting to say a final goodbye.
Yeah, because we're coming up to the end of the semester, aren't we?
Yeah,
Our end of the academic year.
yeah.
Sabi, tell me a bit about, I know COVID-19 and coronavirus is on lots of people's minds, but cast your mind back to before that global crisis. What made you choose Ireland? What made you choose DCU? Why did you want to come here?
So I'm doing the foundation program in DCU, but next year I will be going to Maynooth for my master's, and my master's is in electronics engineering. So, as many of these people on the chat already know, that Dublin is uh, known for the uh, uh, electronic hub in for Europe, and many of the electronic companies have their headquarters, and many of the other international companies have their headquarters, European-based headquarters in Dublin. So that made like I was looking for an opportunity to get a good job, because uh, the telecom market or the electronics market in Pakistan is already saturated. So I wanted to like target good international companies, and wanted to like give them a shot at trying to like get a good job over there, and get good standard of studies.
Mm. Yeah, great. Understood. And how did you find Ireland, and how have you enjoyed studying at DCU? What was difficult when you first arrived in Ireland, and what have you really enjoyed about being here?
Things with me, things went pretty smooth and everything was okay, but the only problem I had was like the traveling day. So I had to travel by bus, and usually there's a lot of traffic in city center. So like I had to travel 2 hours in bus to reach the college. But now for like the online classes, like I don't have to travel 2 hours, and now things
Mm.
are like great, and like the online studies haven't affected the studies much. I think like things are going pretty smooth after the COVID situation, and before the like we had social interaction, and the classes were small. Like we had 16 or 17 students on average in every class. So the time teacher can give you, or can have the attention towards you, it was like it helped a lot to make us understand all the concepts and things we didn't understand.
Great, great. And yeah, that's great to hear. And how about, did you have a part-time job while you were studying? And how have you started to think about, work when you graduate. So you'll graduate from your master's kind of this time next year. You'll get that 2-year post-study work visa. Yeah, tell me how you're thinking about about work that you will do in the future, and any part-time studies that you have right now.
Yeah, I was working part-time at H&M. It's as a sales advisor, so it's good opportunity to meet with people and deal with customers and build up your confidence and etc. But of course now the stores are closed, so I'm not working there anymore. But yeah, I'm planning to target few of the companies like Intel has a big research facility in Athlone, and probably I'm gonna target that, and many like companies like Amazon and Google have their graduate programs, which I can target, and many other smaller companies also have like graduate programs for students. So I'm looking forward to applying in those and secure a position there.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that, Sabih. That's good to hear. Look, I'm gonna say goodbye to you shortly, Sabih, and let you get on with your day and your studies. But let me just give an opportunity. Does anybody on the line want to type any questions for Sabih into the chat box? Nimra, I saw your question. Thank you. I'll pick that up in a minute. That's for me. Does anybody have anything for Sabih before we say goodbye to him? And while you're thinking or typing your questions, let me just share this screen with you here. The URL here is educoglobal.com/Ireland.student.ambassadors. So Sabih is one of our great student ambassadors here in Ireland. And we have lots of other ambassadors studying various programs from various countries around the world. And they are all really happy, Sabih included, for you to contact them and reach out to them directly. They've got their social media profile information here. They've got email addresses. So if you want to contact a student directly, then please go ahead and reach out. And Sabih, thank you very much for joining us today. I'll let you drop off and get on with your day, and I'll carry on talking to the guys on the call here. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for having me here. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Talk soon, Sabih.
Bye.